LEGO has gone above and beyond this year with some awesome Star Wars sets, and some of those sets are great for investing, so let's talk about them. Starting off with, at this time, a set that's not even out yet, but it will be in a few short weeks, with Jedi Bob Starfighter. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jedi Bob was originally released in the 2002 Republic gunship and didn't have a name. Over the years, fans have made up a meme about this Jedi and calling him Jedi Bob, and LEGO even acknowledged that he is now called Jedi Bob. Fast forward all these years, and he is in his own Starfighter. It's amazing to see LEGO doing fan service like this and giving us Jedi Bob. This is a character that, without the Rebuild the Galaxy show that he is going to be starring in, this would never have happened. I remember when these rumors first came out, the community was divided. Some people really thought that this was happening, and others did not think it was going to be happening at all. And fast forward just a few months later, it's an official set, and it's surreal. Obviously, the main selling point for this set is Jedi Bob, and his Starfighter looks amazing going along with him. Granted, there's no way anyone can have anything bad to say about this Starfighter because there's no references to any movies or shows or comics to go off of. LEGO had a blank slate, and they created their own amazing Starfighter, and it's great to see such an iconic minifig in LEGO now getting his own ship. That's awesome. And alongside with Jedi Bob, the other two minifigures are a Akbar Trooper and a Gonk Droid with SRVO with a different shade, not gray. It's going to be looks like a bluish gray, and I'm super excited. Two awesome figs alongside with that. Granted, Jedi Bob is the highlight figure, being that it is Jedi Bob Starfighter. And once this set retires, it's going to skyrocket in value. We're probably never going to get another set with Jedi Bob, and this set wasn't even going to happen if Rebuild the Galaxy wasn't even a thing. And I don't know if LEGO has any plans to make another Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. I don't know that, or if it's just a one-time thing. But I'm pretty sure it's just going to be this one season that we're going to be getting. And we're never going to get Jedi Bob again, as sad as I am to say that. So this is our last opportunity ever to get Jedi Bob. So we have to act fast on it because this is the golden opportunity and our only opportunity. Let's keep it here in August with the Dark Falcon. This set is one that's being really carried by the minifigures, specifically Darth Jar Jar and Jedi Vader. Speaking on the ship really quickly, it's really nice. It's a Millennium Falcon, and I think it's really cool. It's different, obviously, than any other Millennium Falcon we've seen because this is a dark side Millennium Falcon. So most notably, and what I think the biggest change is how instead of the radar dish, you have a Death Star laser there in place of it, which I absolutely love that. I think it's a great touch. And that just adds that little bit extra emphasis of it being a super cool set. I absolutely love that they added it, and it's just a really nice touch. But moving on to the main investing point of this set with the minifigures, Darth Jar Jar, LEGO once again giving into the memes. This is a Star Wars meme, or I'll say theory that's been going on for a while, that Jar Jar Binks is a secret Sith Lord, and it's been a bit of a meme joke. I'll say I'll consider it to be a meme theory, to put it in best. That it's a meme theory in the Star Wars community, and it's really great to see LEGO leaning into these memes that the Star Wars community has had over the last few years. I love to see it, and Darth Jar Jar is the highlight minifig in this set. Close behind is that Jedi Vader. Now, I know people were speculating it could have the blue tint on the helmet, but if they haven't done the red tint on the helmet like with Darth Vader's in the past, they weren't going to do it here. As much as I wanted to believe that we had a chance that it could have the blue tint, deep down, I knew they just weren't going to do that. But it's still a great minifig, along with Darth Rey, and then you have Bounty Hunter C-3PO, Beach Luke, and then you have this new character that's a part of the show strictly in Darth Dev. We don't know anything about him, but it's a really cool looking minifigure. So the minifigures I consider in this set to be the 1A selling point, and the set itself I consider to be the 1B. And while many people might just want that one figure in Darth Jar Jar, plenty of people are going to want all these minifigures, because when are we ever going to see a Jedi Vader? Never. When are we ever going to see Bounty Hunter C-3PO? Never. And with all these minifigures that we're never going to see again, just like in Jedi Bob Starfighter, when are we ever going to see an Akbar Trooper or a Jedi Bob again? Probably never. So those are going to be extremely popular items that, especially once these sets retire, people are going to say, shoot, I missed out on this. And I want it. So I don't see a way that this set flops. Speaking of minifigures everyone wants, we have the Star Destroyer also coming out in August. Man, August is just an absolute crazy release wave. It's going to be unlike anything we've ever seen before. But with the Star Destroyer and Cal Kestis, that 25th anniversary minifig, that's the main selling point for this. There's been a lot of people and a lot of controversy around this set, how it's too small, it's overpriced, and I get all that. But as far as the set goes itself, I think the minifigures are great, and I think the set's great. But the main selling point is Cal Kestis, because are we ever going to get him in his own set? I am not sure. I think eventually we will, especially if Cal Kestis shows up in live action, then I think it's guaranteed. But as it is right now and for the foreseeable future, I don't think we're ever going to get Cal Kestis in his own set. So if you want to have a Cal Kestis minifig, this is the set you're going to have to get him in. Now, there is hope that we can get a Cal Kestis because we have had BD1. Granted, there was no Cal on that. It was just a droid because there's so many other buildable droids like R2. You have, hopefully, Chopper is going to be coming out in the next few years, but you have R2-D2. Then you have BD1. You have Dio. So many other buildable droids. So I think if they were to make one character from Jedi Survivor, I think that we could see another Cal Kestis, but I don't think it's going to be this version. I think he'll look different and probably include his poncho, but that's getting ahead of ourselves here. As far as this Star Destroyer goes, I think it's a fantastic model. Yes, it is a little bit smaller, but it still looks really good. It still has nice play features, and it's a great display piece with great minifigures. And that 25th anniversary Cal Kestis is going to drive people crazy because everyone loves Cal and everyone's going to want this, especially to round off on collecting all 25th anniversary minifigures. This recent release of LEGO mini-scale sets was absolutely electric. We had the Invisible Hand, the Millennium Falcon, and the Tantive 4, three really solid choices. And I think out of all of those, they're all great investment pieces, but the Invisible Hand stands out just above the rest as one that I like the most to invest in. I don't think that we're going to be getting a Playscale Invisible Hand. I really don't think we're going to be getting a UCS Invisible Hand. I would love it if we got a UCS or Playscale set of the Invisible Hand, but I feel LEGO might think that they might not sell as good as the mini-scale set because some ships just might not be as popular and LEGO feels it might not sell as well. Now, I disagree with that theory going with the Invisible Hand. I think the Invisible Hand will absolutely crush it in sales as far as a play set or a UCS set, unlike the Home 1, which I don't think would do so well as a play set or UCS set. And I'm bringing that up because 2025, we know that the January wave will have a midi-scale Home 1. But I got to get back on track here with the Invisible Hand because that's what we're talking about. It's a really good model. I have it on display behind me, and it's my favorite set since LEGO has brought back the midi-scale line. I think that it's just a solid set all around. It's something that I don't think LEGO fans really thought we were going to get when it was announced. I was taken back by it, and I'm like, oh, they're actually doing that because, you know, we sit here and we think, okay, yeah, we're eventually going to get an X-Wing. We're going to get a TIE Fighter. But I guess the Invisible Hand, I just didn't think LEGO was going to do right away, just like the Home 1. So I think that this is just a unique ship that is, I don't want to say out of the ordinary, but I want to say for as soon as they brought back the Starship Collection line, it just seems like it wouldn't have been here so fast. I feel like it would have been another 2, 3, 4 years of waves for the Starship Collection before they would have released the Invisible Hand. So I think that this one is gonna be amazing, and it's arguably the best one we've had so far for the Starship Collection. And I can't lie, there's some bias behind this because I'm a huge General Grievous fan. I love the ship in general. So yes, there is some bias with the Invisible Hand, I will admit, just because of how much I love it. But if I try to take my bias out, I still think it's gonna absolutely crush it once it's retired. With the investing, I just don't see how any of these midi-scale sets flop, especially the Invisible Hand. I want to circle back to droids with the mini R2-D2 that came out this year for $100 that also includes a 25th anniversary Darth Malak. Yes, Darth Malak is arguably, and I feel will be, the best 25th anniversary minifigure of the year, but you take that figure out, and I think the R2-D2 on its own is just fantastic. What really helps this R2-D2 is how the buildable C-3PO is in scale with that. And I think LEGO might make other droids and characters to be in scale with R2-D2 and C-3PO of this size. So I think that's only going to help boost this. That's just speculation, but I can really see a buildable chopper in this scale coming out in the next 2, 3, 4 years, especially with the Mando movie set to release in 2026. And then we also have the Ahsoka series that Chopper's in. So I think a buildable chopper will be coming out, which I think is going to be in this size because the majority of people love the set in this size. And a lot of people said that this R2-D2 is better than the $240 R2-D2. So I think LEGO is listening to that, and they may make the next buildable droid in this scale. So got to keep our eyes peeled for that. I thought that the $100 set coming out in January of 2025 was going to be Chopper or another droid, but it turns out it is not. But with R2-D2, solid set, solid 25th anniversary minifigure. You combine those two right there, and I think that this is just a recipe for success. And you also add in that they were able to fit in some play features with this R2-D2, just how they were with the UCS R2-D2. So I think that this set is arguably better than the $240 one. It's all about preference, but great set, great minifigures. I'm repeating myself here. Recipe for success. Speaking of The Mandalorian, we have to talk about the Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle. You have 4 awesome figures here, 2 in particular with Moff Gideon and Paz Vizsla. There was hope of another Paz Vizsla minifigure coming out because of how prevalent he was in the Season 3 of Mandalorian, but spoiler alert, he was killed off and instantly that minifigure skyrocketed in price. And then LEGO goes out and a few months later releases an even better Paz Vizsla minifig than the original one. So people who missed out on that are now happy that we can get another chance at getting Paz Vizsla, as well as an awesome Season 3 Moff Gideon. Super cool. And this set can also combine with the Mandalorian Battle Pack that were also released. So if you have one, think about picking up the other just because they go really nicely together and you get 4 awesome minifigures, I should say, but 2 that stick out above the rest. That this is it. We're never going to get Paz Vizsla again, and we're not going to be getting another Moff Gideon again. Well, I should say we're not going to be getting this version of Moff Gideon again. I wouldn't be surprised if LEGO released another UCS set for The Mandalorian and they threw Moff Gideon in there. So never say never, but it's highly unlikely that we're going to get another Moff Gideon fig or Paz Vizsla fig, so I will say act fast. A few years ago, we had the UCS TIE Fighter, and then you fast forward to May of this year, and then we had the UCS TIE Interceptor. And once the UCS TIE Interceptor was announced, the gears in my head started turning. I started theorizing that maybe every 4 or 5 years, LEGO's going to release a new UCS TIE ship and eventually want to have every variation of a TIE ship in a UCS form. I really think that's the route they're going to be going. Now, who's to say it's going to be every 4 to 5 years? That's just my speculation, but I want to be ahead of the game and pick up the UCS TIE ships every year as they come out rather than miss one or be behind on the 8 ball and have to pay that premium for it once it retires. So I really think that this is going to be a set that 10 years from now when it's off shelves, say we have another UCS TIE ship, people are going to say, oh, I really want to get that TIE Interceptor, and they're going to go after it. It's a really nice model, has a really nice TIE Pilot minifig. It comes with the mouse droid. It's a beautiful display piece, and if you have that UCS X-Wing from 2023, it goes magnificent with it, and LEGO knew what they were doing releasing those back-to-back years, and I only think it's going to get even better when you incorporate other UCS TIE ships along the way. And those are just some sets I feel are amazing investment pieces so far that have come out in LEGO Star Wars for 2024. While there might be some sets I didn't list on here, that doesn't mean that they're bad investments, such as the Jedi Temple Escape or the Droideka. I think those are great investments. I just don't have them, in my opinion, as high as other sets just because of factors like minifigures and the set itself. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what sets you're most excited for this year and what other sets you think would make great investments. What sets did you agree with that I listed? What sets didn't you agree with that I listed? And I'll see you in the next one.